I got the bloodlust. Me too. I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror since 2014. This is episode 263 of the program. Tonight we're going to be talking about Terrifier 3 by Damien Leone. My name is Amy. I am your fearless leader. Joining me tonight, as always, my lovely and talented co-host Jamie.
Hello.
Hi, friend. How are you?
Hey, I'm super. How are you?
Good. How was your yard work this afternoon?
It was a lot, but it's fine. I love picking up sticks. I love raking things. Cutting things down with the, what's that, the long saw?
The one on the chainsaw on the end of a big pole?
Yeah, love that.
Yeah.
Love it. So, we had a good time.
Very good. And I painted my bookshelf today. Very exciting.
Fantastic.
Yeah, my partner Kay made me a built-in bookshelf for my office, and I'm very excited about
It's so
that.
nice.
I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast or not, but my books are all ridiculously askew and out of order and not grouped in any kind of particular way, and it's making me very anxious and has been, honestly, since I moved in to this house. So I'm really excited to put the coats of dark paint on it and get it the color it's meant to be and get books on it.
Yay.
Yes. So that's all that's new with us. We're really exciting. I went to a Halloween party last night.
Nice.
Yeah. Kay had just watched Rosemary's Baby, so she wanted to be Rosemary because she was getting a haircut on Saturday, and that was the day of the party.
Why
so
not?
she got her hair cut like the Vidal Sassoon cut from Rosemary's Baby and made herself a baby bump, which looked really good, and a nightgown and slippers and stuff, and went as Rosemary. And then I went as the father of the baby, the devil.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was a nice time. Listeners, what are you being for Halloween? I would love to hear. Let us know. Halloween is my favorite time of year, which is probably not surprising to any of you.
I mean, it's mine too. I don't dress up, but I love it. I love the feeling of it. I love the atmosphere.
I love seeing other people dressed up,
Same
especially
here.
Little kids in their little costumes.
Yeah, when I was driving down to go to see the movie tonight, I saw a trunk or treat thing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and it was so cute. So I just love it.
Me too. I should mention, listeners, I have a new foster dog, and he's a little puppy, a 12-week-old puppy, and he may cry. He's in the guest room, which is right next to my office. I mean, my recording studio.
Yes.
So there's a chance you're going to hear some crying. I am not torturing a dog. He had parvo, and he has to be kept separate from my dogs for everybody's safety.
And his precious name is Goulash, yes.
His name is Goulash, and I found out that gu means dog in Chinese.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Little goo.
Little goo.
So I apologize in advance if you hear any puppy crying. So, Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
We had a graciously submitted roundtable question by our friend Chris after going to see the movie with us this afternoon. Chris asked, and this is going to include some spoilers for Terrifier 2, I should make that clear. So is the review for Terrifier 3 because it picks up after the events of Terrifier 2. So I don't think that should be too much of a surprise, but I wanted to point that out.
Just expect it, yes.
So Chris asks, how would you do away with Art the Clown knowing that decapitation doesn't work? Because, of course, he was decapitated by our heroine at the end of 2, and he is back in 3, having regrown or replaced his body, I guess.
Yeah, whatever.
And
whatever supernatural way he's come
whatever
back.
Supernatural way they've figured it out.
Yeah.
So, Jamie, how would you kill Art the Clown if you were the chosen one?
So I think something that I mentioned when we were standing in the lobby that I stand true to is I would put him in acid, so I'd turn him into a goo, and then I would mix that with a cement sort of mixture. and I would drop that into the deepest parts of the ocean.
That's smart.
I understand that, like, that means I need access to a boat, that sort of thing, but I think I could do that, so I'm still okay with it. I still think it's, like, viable and, like, a reasonable way to do it.
If you can find a barrel of acid, sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think I could. I have a lot of connections.
We all know that. Similarly, I would probably try to find something that I don't now have access to, namely a pen of pigs. Mm-hmm. Maybe chop them up into little pieces, feed them to the pigs. Whatever's left over, pulverize it into a powder, and then burn it. And then bury the ashes underground.
Yeah.
How are you going to come back from that?
How? You can't.
I mean, you could cut them into a bunch of pieces, but I feel like the pieces could reassemble themselves like in Beetlejuice.
Yes, they can.
So I don't think that would be good enough. You'd have to destroy the pieces. You could always put them in some kind of industrial chopper.
Right. That's why I think in, like, mixing a goo with cement and dropping it in the ocean, like...
Sure.
What are you going to do?
It would at least take hundreds of years for him to reconstitute himself.
Yeah, and I'll be dead, so I don't care.
Right.
I'm not leaving anyone around.
So I think these are safe options.
Yeah, agreed.
Listeners, how would you kill Art the Clown? You have to be very thorough. I mean, first you'd have to kill him with a magical sword. It's very funny that there's a magical sword in this series.
I kind of love it, but it's so silly.
It's very, very silly. So you want to start talking about the movie?
Let's do it. That's why we're here.
That is why we've gathered here today.
All right, you want the stats?
I would love them, thank you.
All right, I'm ready. So it's not rated, apparently. That's crazy. A runtime of 2 hours and 5 minutes. Written and directed and edited by Damien Leone. Stars Lauren Lavera, David Howard Thornton, and Antonella Rose. Premiered at Fantastic Fest September 19th, 2024. Released in theaters October 11th, 2024. On Rotten Tomatoes, currently sitting at 76% fresh with critics, 86% fresh with audiences.
The rare movie that has a higher audience rating than
honestly, like,
critics.
That's unexpected.
I mean, I think it's pretty expected. Just because this is a movie that people are, like, daring each other to see.
Fair.
And it becomes more, instead of enjoying it the way that you enjoy a movie, you enjoy it the way you enjoy, like, a haunted house. Like, I got through this.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's
100% what this movie is.
Yeah.
Did you get through it? Great.
Right. We did have one walkout during our screening.
Yes, we did.
A little kid. There were several many little kids.
Way
in our
too
theater.
many little kids.
It was crazy. Like 8-year-olds.
Yep. Too many.
They all seemed fine afterwards,
Good
which
God.
is very surprising to me.
Well, that's not till tonight.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. So what
Good
is this
God.
one about? It takes place 5 years after the events of Terrifier 2. Art the Clown is resurrected with the help of his henchwoman who he disfigured in the last movie, whose name is escaping me right now. But she becomes his sidekick and breaks out of the mental hospital that she was in, killing Chris Jericho, the professional wrestler, in the process.
Yep.
I knew the guy looked familiar. I had to look it up.
Immediately.
Yeah. And Art bides his time for several years with his sidekick until Christmas time, 5 years later, when he decides he needs to eliminate the only person that can stop him, which is Sienna from the previous movie, who was, as you might recall, fated to be the one to kill Art with a mythical sword.
Yes.
Which she was told about by her dad, who was a comic book artist. As Sienna is the only person that can stop them, they are off to kill her, but first to kill anyone and everyone that they come across on the way, including Santa, whose costume he takes and goes to the mall. Hilarity ensuing.
Yeah, of course.
So this movie is a huge hit. It outgrossed Terrifier 2, its predecessor, within its first weekend of release, which is crazy. This is the second unrated film by the MPAA to open at number 1 at the domestic box office in the 21st century, after the Beyoncé movie Renaissance, which was unrated for a totally different reason. In fact, this made so much money that they saw a noticeable bump in ticket sales for The Wild Robot because they speculate that teenagers and young people bought tickets to see The Wild Robot and then snuck into Terrifier 3. So not only is it making tons
Crazy.
of money for itself, it's already also making tons of money for other movies.
Right.
Which is crazy. This is also the first time that Damien Leone has not done the makeup effects himself. He got a legendary makeup artist, John Caglione, to do it for him. He's one of the people. There's 2 companies that are responsible for the special effects in this movie. One of which is Tom Savini's company. But John Caglione Jr., who is most famous for working on the Dark Knight's Joker makeup, contacted Leone and said he was a fan of Terrifier 1 and 2 and offered to work on the movie, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Terrifier 3, third movie in the series. Jamie, what did you think?
Well, I liked it in that it was entertaining to sit through. It was a good sit.
A good sit.
Yeah.
A long sit.
A long sit. Too long, maybe. But I just think that, like, maybe I'm over the
The shock movies.
the shock movies, the sort of like torture porn movies that I loved in my youth. I used to be so into those, and I know I was, like, in many reviews that we did on this podcast, and I think I'm just past that now. It's not the same for me anymore. I don't feel the same love for it.
I don't think there's anything that can shock us anymore. That's probably what it is.
And that very well could be it.
Because you and I both got into a phase where we were watching real things.
Yes, we did.
And after that, I don't think anything that you see in a movie is all that shocking.
Yeah, fair. I think this is great. I love Art the Clown for what he is. I love that it's like a sort of Jason, sort of like a new horror icon that's brought into the light, and that people of the horror genre are feeling a connection with, and they really like.
And they dress up as him for Halloween.
And they dress exactly. So I love that. I think that's awesome.
And
I think
when was the last time we had one of those?
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, I think that's very impressive. And the fact that the first movie was like, what, 2 million budget, if that. Like, I just think that Art the Clown has sort of transcended expectations, and I'm glad to see that he has, and that people are buying into it and loving it and embracing it.
Yeah, in the same way that they did Halloween.
Yeah.
It's a low-budget indie movie that ended up getting
totally
huge
for sure.
and making mediocre sequels.
Yep. But, like, for this movie, I think the Terrifier movie is, like, the first one I really liked because it seemed, I don't know, like
gritty?
an unexpected, gritty throwback to 80s horror slashers. And the second one was kind of a mess. And this one was long, but the gore was great. And the body horror stuff was great. It's not for me anymore. But I won't say that this movie isn't good. I think they did a really great job with this. I think that all the actors in it were good. I just think, like, I don't know. It's a really tough call because it's so it's so divisive in that it's a lot of violence in this movie. It's a lot of gore. It's a lot of body horror and stuff that like I think is maybe all too real in what we see in everyday life now, that it just doesn't hit the same. And maybe it's because I've seen so much stuff, like so many movies that cover the same sort of thing and show this in different ways, that like I'm desensitized to it, and that's fair. But it's, I don't know. All I can say is that like Art the Clown as a character, as a horror icon, I'm impressed that that could be created. And that is something now that like folks are dressing up as and like getting excited about. And it's a new sort of, you know, Michael Myers, Jason, like that's exciting. I think that's super cool. It's just a hard movie. I don't know. It's not for me.
Do you think it was for all of the kids that were in our theater?
No, I don't. Once upon a time, there were so many. Once upon a time, like, I loved horror shit like this. Like, I loved the gore. I loved the, like, torture porn of everything. And, like, I loved Hostel. I loved all those movies. This just felt like, I don't know, like, we don't need that. We don't need it anymore. Which is...
Because we can see all this stuff on...
Right. Like, it
YouTube
just felt weird. Like, yeah, maybe I just felt like we didn't need it. And there were young kids in our theater.
With their parents.
With their parents. And watching them exit the theater and seeing how young
weird.
They looked, like, it felt super uncomfortable, super odd.
But if I was that age, I would want to see this. My parents would never take me.
Yeah, no, for sure.
My parents would never want to go see this.
Good God, yeah, that's a hard line to draw. Like, if you got cool parents, I guess, that want to bring you to this.
Is that cool?
I don't know. This was brutal from beginning to end.
With a lot of story,
a lot of gore
in between. A lot of story.
A lot of real intense, like, gory imagery.
Some very funny imagery too.
Oh yeah, I chuckled a bunch, but like we see a chainsaw like up a dude's bum, and
yeah,
we see a peen getting cut in half. Like that's a lot for, what was that, an 8-year-old in theater?
I would think, yeah.
Like, Christ, okay. I don't know. I liked it because I just think it's fun to keep doing this stuff. And I think it's fun and enjoyable that they're creating a new horror icon in Art the Clown. And he says nothing. He's never said anything.
No. Although he does have a mouthpiece in this one in his sidekick to talk.
He does, but he is a nonverbal character.
Which is very cool. Much like Michael Myers and Jason.
Exactly. So, like, it sort of beckons back to that. And even, like, there were parts at the beginning of this where he, like, pulls out the rocking chair in front of the window. It, like, harkened back to Black Christmas.
Yes, it also harkens back to The Shining with him poking his head in after he axes the door.
Totally. So, like...
And the Silent Night, Deadly Nights.
So they're, like, very nice,
which
like,
I think
little nuances
Clint
there
Howard,
that are... Oh, really?
Who has a cameo in this, in my favorite
He
scene.
definitely does, yeah. I mean, there are those things, like, those are nice, but I don't know. I think maybe it's more for the newer generation of horror lovers who are coming up than for the older. I mean, I guess the older generations, like, could grasp into this and, like, love it, and
probably people that didn't go through that
get excited about it. But, like, I just feel, like maybe I'm sort of over it.
Yeah, I understand that. I think that this movie is for teenagers and hardcore practical effects loving horror fans. I feel like teenagers would probably use this as a rite of passage kind of movie.
Sure.
As a, can you take this? Can you make it all the way through? And daring each other to go see it in the same way that you'd go through a haunted house. So I think for that, it's mostly successful. I think that the scenes of special effects are really good. Really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that it's hampered by too much story. Personally, for these kind of movies, I don't need there to be a plot. I don't mind the let's watch Art move through a town and kill everybody he comes across, and then somebody makes it and is our final girl or boy.
Yeah.
I don't need a story with a lot of history and a lot of exposition for a movie like this. And I think that it felt very long because of those moments where no one was getting killed. It really shines when people are getting killed. It has a nice gleefulness and a sense of humor that I really like, especially because of Art. But there's too much story in between there, for me.
Yep.
I did enjoy all of the cameos in it. You did not see Jason Patrick, correct?
Correct.
He's cast in this, and I saw that in IMDb, but I don't know who he was. Do you remember him being in the second one?
No, not at
I don't
all.
know if he was in the second one or not. I'm just wondering if he was playing a character that just appeared in a flashback or something, already like disfigured, and that's why he was credited. I don't know. But Tom Savini was in this because he's in every horror movie that's made by a horror movie fan. Chris Jericho, like I said, has a cameo as a security guard, gets strangled by a little girl, even though he's huge.
I love that.
Yeah. And of course, Clint Howard. And that was my favorite scene.
I love that. It was so good.
Art comes into the bar and meets the guy dressed as Santa.
That was so fun.
And Clint Howard and the bartender. And his acting, Art's acting in that scene is really cool. Mm-hmm. Really funny. And the miming is really good. And I really enjoyed that scene when he pees on Santa's lap and everything.
Oh, that was so good when he pees on the lap.
It was very, very funny. There was a lot of really good imagery in this. I really enjoyed the Christmas tree with the guy's head on top and him using the intestines as tinsel.
I knew that was going to happen, but
I mean, sure.
See it.
Sure. And him trying to suffocate her into the stomach of the guy who he chainsawed after he made a little art installation of him. What were your favorite kills in this?
I love the shower ones.
You like the chainsaw in the shower with the girl?
I think that was because, like, in the first one, we see the, like, bisection of a female, like, from the crotch up.
Right.
So it was nice to see that, like, from a guy.
Oh, you're talking about the one where he gets his bum and peeing and everything. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the girl. I did like that one, too, because I liked how her eye moved while he...
Oh, yeah.
Because she was the podcaster, the Callous true crime podcaster that they got to dig in on.
But I liked
to mine their tragedy for listens.
Yes.
And she said she wanted to look him in the eye.
The other way.
You liked the guy getting ripped in half.
Yeah.
Which I still maintain they did better in Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah, for sure.
It was much more impactful. I
also liked the ant when she had the tube shoved in her mouth with the rats going in. Because it's such a medieval way of torture.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Rats were utilized a lot in this.
Yes, they were, and they were very cute.
They were so cute.
I didn't like when he killed the rat.
Of course not. I didn't either. It was horrible.
But you knew it was coming.
I totally did.
But I really enjoyed the liquid nitrogen killing of Santa. That was a good one.
That was fun.
And when he rips his beard off and puts it on.
Ah, so good. It's like
and when he rips the guy's face in half.
If it wasn't for Art the Clown, like, having the laughs, like, I don't think this movie would be as strong.
No, he makes it.
Yeah.
I also really liked how Art looked at the beginning before he got a body, when he was just a decapitated head feeding off of a corpse.
Yeah.
That was a cool image, too. I also really enjoyed when he was on the subway with that other girl. They do that a couple times for laughs in this, where he just like rides public transportation and scares people. But he's wearing, before he gets his head back, he's wearing the cop that he's killed's head and holding it and making.
He's
it
just holding it on. Yeah.
It's interesting to me that for all the transgressiveness of these movies, there were scenes in this where there was implied violence toward children, but they don't show it.
Never to.
That's crazy to me in a movie like this. So there's still a line.
Yep. That's the line.
So
like,
is this
kids.
really more transgressive than something like When Evil Lurks?
I mean, I guess not.
I don't think so.
Because they kill multiple kids in this, but it's always off screen.
It's never shown.
You don't see it.
Yeah. I also really liked, there was a weird visual of her having like a vision or a dream sequence or something where they were showing the forging of the sword, the magical sword that is the only thing that can kill Art, even though it didn't kill him last time. And they show the Virgin Mary like holding the person who's forging the sword by like a leash, and she's a statue, like the standard like plaster statue of Virgin Mary, but then she moves, which I thought was a really cool image, which is maybe the coolest image I've seen in the Terrifier movies, besides like the gore, because he doesn't seem to be that concerned about other tableaus,
Yeah.
But I thought that was cool. I didn't understand why this was a Christmas movie. I have 2 questions, actually.
Fair.
3 questions, actually. Number 1, how was that child old enough to be in college, that little boy?
Yeah, he didn't look it at all.
His voice hadn't even changed.
No.
But that's not that important. I do like that they use the same actors. Number 2, why did they go into hibernation for 5 years? Did it take him that long to grow his body back? No.
No, yeah, that was weird. He just wanted to like rock back and forth.
He just sat for 5 years for no reason?
Yeah. That was weird.
That didn't make any sense to me. Also, and this is the biggest thing that I don't understand about this movie, is why did this come out in October if everything about it makes it a Christmas movie?
Why didn't it come out at Christmas?
Why make it all about Christmas and take place over the holidays and have Santa Claus be such a huge part of this and the kids going to the mall to talk to Santa and all that stuff if it was going to come out in October?
Yeah,
it seems like they were aiming for a December release, but it got pushed up for some reason. But I also heard that Damien Leone, this is the first time he's really had to have something done by a certain time because he's not doing all of it himself. And he had trouble getting it done in time for Fantastic Fest. So why did they just think it didn't matter? I feel like, Gremlins is a horror movie about Christmas. I'm sure it came out at Christmas time.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. So any other, what did you think about the performances?
I thought they were great. Like, I think the guy who plays Art the Clown, like, kills it. His facial expressions are really good.
He makes it. I mean, him and the special effects. Yeah,
they're so funny. Like, I chuckled so many times. And I think the, like, lead gal who played Sienna, is that her name?
Yes.
I think she was really good. And I liked how, spoiler alert, by the end, it sort of builds it up to, like, it's sort of a Jason in Hell sort of deal. Like,
right.
I thought she was good.
I think she was surprisingly good. I think that if you compare her to somebody like the girls in the Scream movies, I think she's better than them.
I do too. And I think, I can't even think of the actress. Like, her cousin, her aunt.
I thought she was Selma Blair for a second at the beginning.
Thank you. I could not think of her fucking name.
Oh, you thought that too?
That's what I thought it was. Yes.
I thought it was
exactly
too until she started talking.
Was. She looks so much like her. Mm-hmm. But anyways, let's see her there.
The child actress I thought was good too. The little
she was
the little meddling cousin.
You didn't even need them to like be that good. It was just
But for a low budget movie, they were surprisingly pretty good.
They were. And I like that it brought to the screen, and I thought they did well.
I thought personally that the ending falls prey to a lot of horror cliches, namely the cardinal horror sin of not fully killing the bad guy before you go and think everything's okay.
Exactly. Yep.
At this point, I think that they do them because they know we're expecting it.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I'm going to really fault the movie for that. I think my problems with it writing-wise are mainly just the fact that there was too much story for me. Too much of the setup with the family and stuff. I don't think we needed all of it, personally.
It didn't need to be 2 hours and 5 minutes.
No. Lord, no.
Whew.
You could have fit all of those kills in to a shorter movie.
You absolutely could.
So what do you want to rate this?
I'd give this a 3.5.
That's exactly what I'm going to give it.
Yay.
It got an extra half star because of the penis.
I'd love to see in that cut. Because they did it in the first one with a lady right up her badge.
Yeah, they did.
Show me the other side. Thank you.
They also showed a woman masturbating with a piece of broken mirror.
Okay, that was super uncomfortable.
Sure was.
I didn't like that.
But honestly, I do feel like everything in this is so cartoonish, it doesn't really hit you like a real, say it
doesn't, but it's
a violent
also
scene in a Martin
still
Scorsese
gross
movie or something. It's gross, but honestly, I don't even think it's gross like a Saw movie.
No, not at all.
Because it feels like a cartoon, because art's so cartoonish.
Yep.
So in a way, I almost feel like this is less inappropriate for a child to see than a Saw movie.
For sure. I'd agree.
Which makes us sound like horrible people. I would never take my child to see this.
Well, we don't have children that we're bringing to anything.
My hypothetical child would not be going to see this movie.
Nope.
Until
we
they were
saw
at
children
least
in this.
really small children.
Small kids. Ugh.
I hate to try and judge parents or tell people how to parent, but damn.
I'm gonna a little bit because that's fucked up.
Listeners, did you go see this in the theater? And if so, were there a lot of kids in your screening? Not teens, children. I imagine there's lots of teens that are going to see this. It would be a thing to dare your friends to go see.
These were small children, 7, 8, 9.
Personally, I'd rather dare my friends to go see something like Midsummer, something that's actually going to shock them and unnerve them more than that just gross them out.
Yeah.
But this was funny, and I do recommend it if you like funny. Gore.
Yep.
It's not as funny as The Substance. No. The Substance is much funnier. But if you want to go see a good Halloween piece of fluff with some funny scenes, you could do worse. I did like the liquid nitrogen kill of Santa when he just
that was fun.
Smashes all of his
stuff.
All of his limbs and stuff. That was pretty cool. I don't know. But I do recommend you go see it. If you don't like gore, there's no way that you're going to like this. So
don't bother.
Don't bother. If you like psychological thrillers and things like that or ghost stories, you're not going to like this.
No.
If you like cartoony violence, give this a shot.
Body horror, cartoon violence, all those things. You're fine.
So let's talk a little bit about spoilers and just how the movie ends.
Okay.
So Art has come upon her finally. He kills her brother-in-law. He kills her uncle. He kills her aunt.
Yep.
He also kills her little brother, although we're not positive. It could not be his head if they want to bring him back.
Sure.
They left that kind of open.
Yep.
But they also leave it wide open for a sequel. And people would just be foolish to think that they were not making this into a sequel. Another sequel. But she ends up killing the sidekick, who gives her a lot of exposition and villain talk beforehand. How does she kill her?
She
Cuts her
head off.
Right.
Yeah.
With the magical sword. And then
Yep.
she stabs Art. But then when she does, the sidekick's head melts and it makes a hole in the ground. And it ostensibly goes into hell. We don't know.
Creates like a portal to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And little cousin falls into it. And she tries to help her, really injuring herself in the process, but is unable to. So the next movie will be her venturing into hell or the underworld or something to get her out.
Yep.
And hopefully Art will be back somehow, because if he wasn't, it would just be a waste of time.
Well, I mean, yeah, we saw him on the bus, so he's alive.
Oh, right. On the bus. He ran away because she stabs him and doesn't finish the job. Doesn't even cut his head off again to give herself more time. She just leaves him there. Oh, he'll be fine. And then goes and tries to save her cousin.
Yep.
Just quickly lop his head off. We saw that you could do it.
Yep.
But she doesn't. Which is, like I said, the cardinal sin of horror movies. And he gets away. So she's left to, I guess, try and explain to the police why all of the people in this house have been butchered. And Art's free to continue to kill. What was that called? The Ninth Circle? That was the...
it was. That was
that's
the book
the name
she was
of
reading.
the first thing that Art the Clown appeared in.
Yeah.
So that was a cute little Easter egg. So we end the movie with Sienna, once again, probably going to be on the hunt for Art and for her cousin. So stay tuned for Terrifier 4, which I'm sure we'll review.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be terrifying hell.
Yeah. Terrifier goes to hell. And I'm here for it.
Same.
So that's what we think of Terrifier 3. Let us know what you think. You know how to contact us. You can email us at thebloodlustpodcast@gmail.com. You can leave a comment on thebloodlust.net, our website. You can leave it in a review on our podcast feed. However you like. You can tag us on Instagram or respond to our Facebook post. All those ways are ways you can get in touch with us. And do also submit, like Chris did, a roundtable question for us. We're happy to answer those. Jamie, you been watching anything good? Reading anything good?
No. I've been like super engaged in like Alone TV.
What's Alone TV?
Well, it's Alone. It's a show on the TV, and it's a survival show. They just put contestants in various areas, like British Columbia, Alaska, Northern Territories, and I'm obsessed with it.
Is it like Naked and Afraid?
Similar, yes.
Okay.
Any of those shows where they put people in dire situations and they have to survive, I'm a sucker.
That sounds good.
It makes me want to do it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, all the time. It just makes me want to do that.
You got to take some more foraging classes first.
Maybe, yeah, I should. But I want to do it, so that's what I've been watching.
If you ever need friend testimonials to get you on a game show, I'm happy to help.
Fantastic. Good to know.
I finished Incidents Around the House. I thought it was really good. The Josh Mallerman book. I finished that a little bit ago. I recommend that. It's a nice, fast read. I'm now reading The Secret History by Donna Tartt again for the book club that I'm in. And I'm not that far, only 100 pages, and I don't have that much longer, so I have to hurry up and read it. But it's a good book. It's a psychological thriller about some snobby art school kids that end up doing something very bad and then living with the guilt. And I recommend it. Donna Tartt's a really good writer. Her prose is really good. And that's about it. So what are we going to do next time? I have been hearing things about Strange Darling, which is now on Prime, and I decided that's what we should do next.
Love it.
Looks interesting. We do hope that you will watch it and meet us back here in 2 weeks to talk about it. And that's all for tonight.
All. That's it.
That's all we have to say.
It's everything.
I hope you guys have a great rest of your spooky season. Let us know what you dressed up as. Send us pictures. We'd love to see them. We hope that you guys have a great 2 weeks. Jamie, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
Sorry about our technical difficulties. Guys, we've been doing this 10 years and we still have technical difficulties. Do you believe it?
It happens.
Every once in a
What are
while.
you going to do?
Normally we get this shit out like clockwork, and then every once in a while
Yep.
we record for 10 minutes and then nothing was happening the whole time.
And then you have lots of dogs barking in the background.
And then we have a bunch of dogs barking in the background.
Yep.
So we will talk to you in 2 weeks when we review Strange Darling. Until then, I've been Amy.
I'm Jamie.
Thank you for listening, and good night. This has been episode 263.
What?
Do you believe it?
263? Get out of here.
And hail Satan.
Hail Satan. Good night.